Okay, good. Welcome back. Check. Okay, welcome back. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to talk about will be planning. Okay, now planning is super important. I don't know how many of you realize this, but planning is not just goal setting. First of all, how much are we expected out of ourselves? I give you two schools of thought. One school of thought is measurable, specific, and they tell you have to be realistic. So, being realistic, I say, if today I set a goal of $4,000, for an example, this month I want to close $4,000. I can do $4,000 out of 2 rental deals, or I can serve a buyer for HDB and I will still get this at $4,000. Okay, I hit my goals, I achieve my goals, I'm happy. But what does that make me? Nothing. $4,000, you go out and work, you still get $4,000. There's no difference for you to be in this trade. So, I set unrealistic goals. I want to make 100,000 this month. I cannot make it, never mind. Because why? I become a better person while I'm struggling to hit the target. You see how it starts to make sense to you? If I cannot make 100,000, I fail. I close one waterfront, I close one city gate, I close 2 North Park, or I close one GSH office. How much does it make me? 40, 50,000? 50,000 richer. Or even one waterfront, 50,000 richer. Do you see I'm progressing towards my goal, even if I don't achieve it? Can I do better? Yes, I'm doing better, I'm progressing. That's the main difference. Then you start to talk about goal setting. My question to you, how many of you have goals in mind? That means you start with an end objective. Now, if you played the game earlier on, right? Did we have an end objective? The end objective is the question, right? Remember the question? So what is your end objective, my friends? What is your end objective for this year? Brother? What is your end objective for this year? Exactly, what's the amount? What's the amount?
Haven't really got a clear.
So if just now the game we played, right, if there's no question, can you get an answer? You see the importance of it now? So now let me help you with at least a figure first. Let me help you with that. If I have 500,000 in mind that I want to achieve, and this 500,000 I got to break it down into 10 months because 2 months for holiday. Okay? I have to break it down into 10 months. So divide by 10 equals to 50k, right? So from per month basis, I will start to work. Even before that, right? I will start to analyze, is my market segment able to give me this? For example, if I'm doing HDB, how many deals I need to do to hit this? Or if I'm doing high end, maybe one of my deal is 100,000 or 150,000 per deal. Then I start to realize I cannot break it into what? Monthly, because every of my deal is 100,000. How can I break it into monthly? I have to break it into what? Yeah, bi-monthly. Right? Is it bi-monthly or once every 2 months? Something like that, right? Bi-monthly is 2 times a month, right? Is it? Yeah. So so it becomes 2 months once. Okay, so this is something that you want to do, and from here, maybe just for example's sake, I'll take it as 10 months. From 50,000, how can I break down into activities? So from the activities, I know whether I can fulfill this 50,000. Let me ask you, today if you are doing your segment, Eddie, you are doing your segment, just an example sake, how much will it let you clock this 50,000?
Activities?
Yeah. No, what is your activity segment? That means what activity can get you 50,000? I give you one example. Let's say I close one city gate or one waterfront, will give me 50,000. So is your activities driven towards that or where? Okay?
Just give me an idea of asking how I can achieve.
Yes. So I'm asking you, what's your activities driven towards that? For example, just now, okay, just for example, say I don't want to make it so difficult for you. Just now, when I was doing review session with my agents, right, in the morning, we did this. So I give you this example. If today I want to close 50,000, I start to work on 100 leads. From 100 leads, I invite 100 leads, right? From 100 leads, I invite, do they all come? No. 10% come. 10 invitation came for the show flat. How many will buy? Also 10% what? So it's either 1 or 2 lah, if I'm very good at presentation. So can you see the conversion rate is always 10% or 20% if you're very good. Then you start to realize by working on how many activities can you get that 100 or 200. Okay? But the question is, did you break down into systematic where you know exactly what's your end result? Right? That's where we call planning. Okay?